No, you're looking good, Mick. So, Mick, welcome to the Monero Zone.
Okay.
So, tell me, what are your thoughts on the pool right now?
Well, it's a load of crap, isn't it? Look at it. It's just a mess. I mean, council got a grant some time ago. Some people say 2018, whatever, and they posted about the original grant was to enclose the pool in. That's it. To enclose it in. So fill in the sides so people that develop the heat can swim all year round. And they decided to fill the pool in because it was 16 foot at the deep end, right? And I don't know, they've just gone mad with it. Dulski is apparently some mob that's gone bankrupt. The mayor's involved. He supplied the PPE for Dulski, so that was convenient. Oh, look at it. It's been going for ages, and apparently it's still not fixed. And apparently, if council did their due diligence, there was already a ICAC probe. Operation Hector was in the paper today in the Daily Telegraph into that company. So it's just you got no faith in council. They keep putting our rates up 10% at a time, and we're paying for mistakes constantly. And no one seems to. The, a small group of councillors or enough to get the majority vote down any thought of an investigation or some look at the accountancy, just what they call it, financial audit. No, it gets voted down. So
I just want to clarify that after millions of dollars has been lost in this project, the council voted not to investigate what happened.
yeah, it was in the May um, this May's council meeting. People can look at that. There was Councillor Ruben Rose put up a vote, and I think only 3 people voted for it, and it was voted down. People can check the minutes and have a look at that.
Gee, that sounds absurd that you would lose millions of dollars of community money and then not want to investigate what happened with that.
Well, I suppose people are covering their ass, aren't they? Simple. I'm sure there are some people involved. I mean, a mayor that supplies PPE to the council that he's the mayor of is a pretty bad look. I come from a federal government organisation. A code of conduct. If it looked bad, it was bad. You had to avoid even looking bad. But this council doesn't seem to have that problem.
Maybe this pool situation is just abnormal for this council. Maybe they handle other projects well.
Oh, you're joking.
I
You
am.
are seriously joking.
I am. I'm
I
trying to.
never, I never. If you look across, I never got involved with council until 2018 or something. Only because, unfortunately, people sit fat, dumb, and happy at home until council decision affects them personally. Then they start getting involved. So I was the same. Sorry about that. So council wanted to build a caravan park over there on a floodplain in my street. And all the residents, and I rang a councillor who I thought was a friend, and said, what's this about? Oh, it's only a bus stop, that's all, so people can go to Woolies. Worked out there was a whole heap of infrastructure, barbecue areas, lighting, everything, and it's on a floodplain. Like common sense, floodplain. They were going to build that, and I started reading about issues with council and the mob that was going to do it. Was part of that Caravan and Motorhome Association. They had quote a maximum budget of 100 grand, and if you read the council papers, it's going to be 136 grand. So who was going to pay that extra 36 grand? It was thought with like, hang on, there's something not quite right here. Asked about it, kept probing, and it got stopped. And then I thought, I need to start looking at council more often, and that's the only reason I do it now, only because it was going to bite me personally, and unfortunately, people need to know what their council doing. I mean, there's not that many people in this town. They couldn't name the mayor, let alone all 11 councillors. So yeah, it's a shame. But they've got Bobian Road. There's half a job Bobian Road, and instead of doing, as I understand it, instead of doing half the road, like they didn't have enough money, so half the road tarred, so it's finished. They decided to do the whole road, half a job. So it's gravel, And so, of course, that degrades over time. Polo Flat Road. Let's have a look at Polo Flat Road. It melted. I used to drive a coach along there. You hear the tar coming up. And they were using potable water, drinking water for the town, to, when it was a hot days, to run water over the road to cool it down so it wouldn't melt. That was a mob called Jennings. They went bankrupt too. Oh, that was great investor. Great like accountancy and what's the word, approval of tenders. And so another mob called Patches had to come and fix it. They said, and they, unfortunately, the guy at Patches, he told me personally, he made sure that council, and they signed papers, this is not a complete job. I can't work with shit. Like, they had to work that the foundation was completely wrong. All I'm doing is trying to get some stability in it, but it won't last 12 months. So that whole road has got to get fixed up completely. It's going to come apart. We'll spend more money on that. So that's another one. I don't know, just offhand, there's heaps. Couldn't organise a route in a brothel with a fistful of 50s. I'm afraid couldn't trust them. Absolutely not.
Could you make the argument that perhaps it's because the councillors aren't working together, that there isn't a clear majority, that's why nothing's getting done?
Oh yeah, well, when you've got council representatives, or two of the Labor, I don't agree that any councillor should have a political party in local council. It doesn't belong there. Labor, so we've got Labor people in all steps. And remember, just think of the pool. If they want, say, a grant or something, you've got Labor in state and Labor in federal, and grants, like people, here's another stuff up. What about the sports hub? Flooding all the time. They built, I took photos of it was just filling up with water. They never did their due diligence there. The thing is, council, and people go, oh, well done, council, you've got a grant for something, but they don't. But other people don't are smart enough to think, well, hang on, there's upkeep on that. And remember, council, they want grants because then they can write off 20%, 10 to 20% for administration and project management fees. So they get to keep those coffers. So if the shit drop, then they'll start undercutting. Like, how does a toilet at Nimrybell cost $97,000? How does a toilet in Jindabyne cost $2 million? Because if you upgrade, you get more money, and 10%, 20%, more money goes to council. Like, who's going to pay $97,000 for a toilet at Nimrybell? You've got to be kidding. If you've got all this bureaucracy and it's, people think grants are the saviour, they're not. But no, anyway, it's just, people should get involved in council. This council, it's a joke.
Well, I appreciate your thoughts, Mick. If there was something that you'd like the community to know, what would that be?
Know who you're voting for, I guess, and have a look at the minutes. If you have an issue with a decision being made, go back and look at the minutes at least to find out who voted for it. And are they the people that you voted in? Then you're the responsibility. Don't bitch about it. You caused it. Do you want to have a look at the concrete stay down the road? We'll take a picture of that, where they concreted the stay for that power pole in the middle of the driveway.
Okay,
I mean,
let's go
really
have a look
intelligent.
At that. Okay, Mick, you were saying something about a stay?
Well, that stay from that power pole, they concreted in the middle of the driveway. Well, not in the middle of the driveway, but, what truck is going to get round there to deliver stuff and stores and stuff? They'll be bringing it out here with a forklift, I guess, but, that looks really bad. Couldn't they have moved it over the other side? That's just craziness. It's just...
It does seem to limit the options for a large vehicle to get in.
How wide is that? That's not much. They've got to come from this side. Well, I suppose they fit in there, but then tight. Flatbed truck won't get in there. It might be a bit tight, reasonable size.
And it's connected to a transformer?
Yeah.
Or a power line?
Power line that stay there, and instead of moving it over to there or two or whatever, just move it slightly. No, we'll concrete it in. It's like tarring a road with all the rubbish and stuff instead of sweeping it first, isn't it? Yeah, she'll be right. People need to get involved with council, know who they're voting for. The council at the moment, they got the run of the joint. There's 6, 7 count. They just take care of everything and they vote what they want, and people bitch about it, but then they voted for the same people. So, whoever does that, take a hard look at yourselves.
Well, thank you very much, Mick.
Enjoy that rate rise, those consistent rate rises.
Much appreciated, Mick.
No worries.
So, Mick, you're not just a community advocate on council issues. I heard you're the Thomas Edison of Cooma as well.
Oh, you're funny. You're hilarious. No,
Yeah,
I'm retired, so I tinker. That's
yeah.
all. I'm a tinkerer. That's it.
So, what have we here? You've invented the world's first fox catcher.
I haven't invented anything. No, I basically thought it's a chicken coop that catches the fox instead of everybody's trying to, stop the fox from getting in. Well, I'm allowing the fox entry in, and then he gets trapped, and then I can kill him at my leisure. Terminate with extreme prejudice.
Okay,
Having chooks that have been wiped out before, so I just came up with this idea, and it's all basically a lot of it's free stuff, pallet wood and bicycle, motorbike shipping frames, etc. And yeah, so it's pretty cheap to make, and so I want the chooks to have free range, get locked up at night, but then track out, and then when they're safely in the coop, which is fox proof, when Mr. Fox, who comes sniffing around because they come up the creek and stuff like that, he's going to think, oh, I've got an easy target here, but he's going to get a surprise. So the idea,
okay, show us how it works.
well, I'll show you how it's made. So this frame, there's two there and one here, and they're basically motorbike shipping frames. The wood is pallet wood, just prized off multiple pallets, and everyone wants to give you pallet wood. Tech screws, okay, they cost, and hinges. No, the hinges they're free on the pallet. Had to buy a couple of hasp staples, and basically, so there's two frames welded together here and then welded on there with
And
some
you did all
wheels.
the welding yourself?
Yeah, I can weld a little bit, average. And then basically, you got your feeder in there. You chop out the middle, put the roosting boxes, and the crap will drop through the bars, and then you've got the nesting boxes through that side. And the idea is that I've sort of made a space there and a space in that hole and a space in that hole, so the chickens will be tucked up in there, but Mr. Fox will think that this is an entryway, and you put in your fox trap or possum trap, whatever you call it. Remember, foxes aren't very big. They are basically not much bigger than a cat, maybe another half, 50%. And so the idea is to have that set up like so. And then Mr. Fox will come in thinking that he's got a heap of, chickens, chooks that are asleep in there, and tracks him there. He's going to set the trap, bang, and then come out. And that's the idea. And basically this is just nesting boxes. So I've made that comfortable. That's got a board on it, but it's all pallet wood. So pallet wood, and the steel frames that you can get from a motorbike shop that are free, which they throw away. So you need a welder and cutter and you need a few tools, but it's a pretty cheap way, because why keep trying to find the holes and stop the fox from getting in? We give him an excuse to come in, give him a way that he thinks he's going to get in, and trap him.
That is amazing. This is one
Oh,
of the most amazing things I've seen out here.
this is the best part, I think. So the idea is to
You've got a toilet for the chooks.
Yeah, well, get an old cistern, take out the float. Disconnect the button. It's got the float in there that turns it off. So you plug it into your hose, fills up with water, drains down here, and then I've got one of the watering cans. We come around this way inside, so they're at least got one water thing inside. If they're locked up, they can still get a thing of water, but the rest are outside. I just got missing one there, but that's just popped out. That's another. That's one of those solar doors. But yeah, so they come along here, push it around the yard, and they can get water, and then they'll go back in there and roost when it gets dark. Sent that up, and that's the wheels. Got to change the wheels. They're not big enough. I've got bigger wheels to go on there, so it's reasonably heavy with that smaller wheels. It'll be easier to push around with larger wheels. The moment I push it around with the ride-on, yeah, that's it.
This is amazing. You got to set up a business, Cooma's Chicken Coops.
No, I haven't got time.
So Mick, this is an amazing invention you made here. If you
Mm.
were to sell one, how much would you sell it for?
Well, those chicken cube things cost about $3 or $4 grand. I reckon as is, probably with the stuff on it, I don't know, $1,000 maybe. They cost a lot more. If they wanted it, people wanted it really nice and all the wood like exact same level, because I'm using scrap, like prying it off pallets and stuff. It'd be a lot more, but it does the job. It's but there's a bit of labour in it. So yeah, probably, I don't know, $1,000.
And
That's it. But this one, you can't have this one though. This is mine.
if they wanted the Toto option system,
The cistern. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Well, I sourced a cistern. You have to run around. I mean, yeah. I mean, they're for probably $990 maybe. If they had their own cistern and a bit of pipe work and stuff. But I don't know. It's hard to say, but I don't think it'd go over 1,000. But there is a bit of labour. It's only because I couldn't survive on it if I was, because I'm retired. I can do this, but selling them for 1,000 for anybody, you wouldn't survive. So it's too much labour and for your return. However, if I made it for the odd friend or someone, or follower of Monero Zone,
give a discount for the Monero Zone subscribers.
yeah, righto. And they have to come and pick it up because I'm not delivering it. So, hey, that was just an estimate, It might be worth more than that. I have to think about it.
Oh, Jindabyne tax is coming. I can sense
Yeah,
it already.
yeah. Well, $600 is what you blokes. $600 is what you blokes up the hill got in their wallet at any one time, at least. Probably spend that on coffees.
Support the local economy. Come down to Cooma and buy
But if
Cooma's
you got
fox trapping chicken.
But there's just an idea that a bit of old timber and stuff. You got an old cistern, make a drip, just plug the hose in, fill that up, so they've always got water. So you can go away, your chooks can come out free range, go back in. They've always got water, and you might come back from your little holiday and find a bloody fox that's trapped in the thing.
Any reason why you're so prejudicial against foxes?
I've already had one, like an entire chicken, chook, chicken bloody flock wiped out, and they're mungle things. They're ferals. I don't like feral animals. That's the best. They're shit. And yeah, so
But you're not against the feral horses, are you?
no, don't get me started on horses. Jeez, that divides the nation. I think they spend all that money on pigs, achieve that job, get all the pigs out, get all the deer out, and then say there's no deer, there's no pigs, there's no goats, and then actually see how many or what damage brumbies actually do would be probably a better option. And they're not controversial. Why don't they start there? Except they divide their money over. I mean, foxes, cats. I mean, geez, they're lethal. I was, just they're talking about a herbivore that tramples. Just deer, bloody goats, pigs. Get rid of them, and then think if you achieve that. But horses are an easy target. I mean, you can account for your bullets. They're easy, count them up. Bet you if they devoted and flew a helicopter chasing pigs, which are a bit harder and stuff, and then had to go back and count them and whatever, they wouldn't be so cost effective. But they get them. It's like the same group running them and getting the money for Snowy Hydro, I guess. I'm 42 billion. Anyway, we're digressing.
I suppose the next project you could do would be a brumby catcher. Something to catch the brumbies.
Well, I think they've got that. They just use salt and get them. They just need to provide homes for them, whatever. But yeah, we're getting off. We're getting off tangent here. We're going on some completely different tangent here, Chris.
Anyway, appreciate your time, Mick. Thank you very much.
All right, see you, mate. Thanks.